Speaking of relationships, so we're just going to another topic. That was the ADHD, ADD topic. I'll probably talk about it more. So moving on to relationships. When it comes to relationships, I've been watching a lot of videos on relationships. There's the red pill community. I just recently found Dr. Deloney, who talks to people about relationships and stuff like that. My thing is, I try to look at it from a biblical perspective, how far it's come since then. Like I'm thinking about like Leviticus, the book of Leviticus, where it talks about if a man lays with a woman like wrongly, you know, then he has to, like, if the girl's a virgin and he lays with her like out of wedlock or whatever, like in Leviticus it says that he's got to pay the father so much money, like so many shekels of silver or whatever, and he's got to stay with that lady for the rest of his life. That's the covenant that's what the law said that he had to do in Leviticus. So it's like nowadays, if a person sleeps with a virgin, he can leave her the next day. You know what I mean? And like in Leviticus, if he sleeps with that virgin, you know what I mean? You know, the girls that's never had before, he's got to be with her the rest of his life. It's like a law that they made. So imagine if we had that today. Like, society would be a lot better, because there wouldn't be a lot of people sleeping around, which that decays a society. There's no commitment. There's selfishness. There's narcissism. What do you call it? Psychosis or whatever. So our society has gotten a long way from how the Bible has taught us. I mean, and it's still in there. Like, it still applies to today. A lot of times we like to say, oh no, that's back then. That doesn't apply to today. We could sleep with whoever we want to, lay with whoever we want to, and you know, next week there's another person. Yeah, you can. That's free will. That's choice. You know, that's choice. That's free will. But is it good? Is it a good thing? No, it's not, because it's adultery, it's fornication, it's outside of the order. It's out of order. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a lot of good men that are being passed up, you know. But I don't want to say that we're hopeless. I just want to say that we need to know what to look for, you know, because society is going to be society. It's going to keep deteriorating. And I look at that from a biblical perspective as well, that there's an enemy out there, there's good and there's evil, right? The evil wants society to deteriorate. The good wants it to elevate. So society right now, as we see it, if we continue to look at it through like an evil lens, of course we're going to be hopeless. Of course we're going to keep saying like, oh, this guy sleeps. Of course we're going to keep seeing the woman that picked only the top 1% of people or whatever. You know what I mean? But there's a select few percentage of people that are looking for that lifelong commitment. That marriage relationship with a person. You know, it's so misconstrued too, because there's narcissistic people out there that ruin relationships. At the end of the day, it's our choice too, right? We make a choice. We decide who we're going to let into our lives, who we're not going to let into our lives. And then we go on, and then we see people on social media complaining about the mistakes that we made. There's this verse, I think it's in the Message Bible, it's in Proverbs, right? That man makes the wrong decisions and blames God for it. It's like, how are you going to blame God for it? You're the one that made the decisions. And I watch these videos too, where like in the red pill community, like Kevin Samuels and these other people, where they're talking about these women and they're like, oh yeah, I got these many kids but I'm still looking for a good guy. And then they bring out God, like, oh, well, God's going to find me, whatever. I'm like, man, you just said all that stuff. And then you want to mention God. It seems like you left him out of the equation that whole time. You were making all these bad decisions. Why are you going to bring him up? Why are you going to bring him up now? I'm not saying people can't change, but some people, if they do change, good. If they don't, they're just another statistic. They're another statistic in society that's contributing to the decay of society. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I believe in the Bible. I try to look at it from a biblical perspective, but I'm also a realist. Like, I also see like what's going on, what's real, and what's actually happening. You know what I mean? I can't snap my fingers and something changes. There's always that good and evil fighting against each other every single day. And there's these communities that contribute to the decay of society. There's groups of people that contribute to the decay of society. Are like, for instance, promiscuity, lust. There's a whole chapter in the book of Proverbs, I think chapter 6, 7, and 8, where it talks about the adulterous woman. And it tells Solomon is talking to his son and is telling him, look, this is you need to avoid that woman. You need to avoid her and look for lady wisdom instead, right? So the adulterous woman, it says that she leads the man, that she leads the person that is gullible like a lamb to the slaughter. A lamb, before it goes to the slaughter, it doesn't know what's going to happen. It's just like, walking along. I'm following the adulteress. She looks good. She's showing on her cleavage, all her butt and all that stuff. She's showing everything. I'm just following along, just watching along. By the time you know it, slit, he's gone. That's how it describes adultery in the book of Proverbs. It's in chapter 7 or chapter 8 or chapter 6, one of those chapters. But he talks about it, that the promiscuous woman, she calls out at the street corner, looking for a gullible person, a gullible man to ensnare. And it's everywhere. Like, and switching to the topic of being a man in this society, it is difficult. I'm married. Like, married or not married, men are always going to be tempted by a woman's body. Married or not married. I mean, look at the commercials that we got. Half naked women. Why they got half naked women? So men can look and gawk and give up their money. How do men give away their money? One of the ways is through, you see a half naked lady. Oh, here's my money. OnlyFans. That's what OnlyFans is all about. How are they getting money? By being naked. Who's paying? The men. Simple. And married men too. Married men, unmarried men. So as men, we got to decide to have self-control. How to not look at a woman lustfully, with lustful intent. And it's hard, bro, because you go to the gym, majority of the women out there are wearing tight clothing. And as a man, you want to look. We all know this. Women and men, we both know this. We're not dumb. We know that women are like that. It's as men, as a man, it's up to me to decide, okay, if I know that woman is over there looking like this, then I need to go the other direction. The other direction. It reminds me of that one passage in I think it's Exodus or whatever. Who is it? Joseph, when he was in Potiphar's house and Potiphar's wife was, wanting Joseph to make a move on her. Homie ran. He ran away from her. He ran. And in society, if you run, you're a coward. You're gay. You're homosexual. Oh, what's wrong with you, dude? How come you want to look at that girl? What are you a certain way? Are you homosexual? Are you gay? Right? That's how they treat it. That's how they treat you whenever you decide to have self-control. You're treated like which is basically what the Bible calls, a person to be. The grain of salt. The lamp that's on the hill. You go against the grain whenever you decide to do what's right. And I can see how for women it can be difficult, because society's telling women, don't be with that guy. He doesn't make enough money. Don't date that bum. He doesn't make enough money. You want to date that guy who's got the most money. That's what society, and if you don't have that guy, society's going to tell you, oh, nah, you're dumb. That's what society's going to tell you. But the right thing to do might be to do is accept reality and be like, okay, who's around me? Where do I live at? Who, you know what I'm saying? At the level that you are, instead of looking too far. You know what I mean? And there's tons of examples out there of women that try to go for that guy way up there and they ain't never got him. What about all the other dudes on the spectrum? You know what I'm saying? Or there's one that's like it's like that one guy or girl that in school with you. They may be ADD, ADHD, or whatever. They're good looking. What's wrong with them? You know what I mean? But you don't want to go date them because your group of girls is like, don't date him. He's the slow guy. Why you want to date him for? You know what I mean? That it's society is a killer, man. It's a killer whenever we give into lust and these things